Excellent. So
Was that like a remix of Stranger Things song? What's her Kate something?
oh well, that's just a song list that I got off of YouTube. I'm not even sure who's doing what on there.
No.
Yeah. Why it sounded like Stranger Things?
There was a little bit. It sounded almost like the chorus of that.
Oh.
What's that new theme song?
I don't know it.
I mean, you've seen season 4, right?
Yeah. Oh, and Kate
Running up the hill.
Bush
Yeah,
song.
Kate Bush.
It's Kate Bush song that they just play over and over again on everything.
And like, I could have sworn I heard a small riff of that in what was playing earlier, and that's where my mind went. I was like, bro, that sounds so good. It's like a retro wave, which is crazy because the song is already retro wave.
Right.
But yeah, it sounded like a retro wave mix of Kate Bush.
Yeah, the thing that gets me is that they constantly, they play that song everywhere. Everywhere I go, they're playing that song.
Kate Bush?
It's the Kate Bush song, yeah. And I'm like, why are they trying to destroy the song? These people are criminals. Seriously, to outplay a song is a criminal action, in my opinion. And
I mean, that's a top 40 in 2022. That's why.
I mean, that's pretty insane, right?
Yeah.
They went back to the top. Everybody's obsessed with it.
It's fantastic. Yo, who's 978 Izzy?
Oh, it's Izzy. He's on Spoon too.
Oh.
Yep, here.
Do I remember Izzy?
What up, Izzy?
Izzy, can you see me?
He can't see you, but he can hear me.
Oh. Oh, because on my thing it says everyone can see and hear you, but you're controlling the output, right?
Yeah, so they can just see the curtain right there. The red curtain.
Hannah, hello.
Hannah Banana HD, welcome to the stream.
The bellest of boys.
Yeah. Bellboy, what up? Bell's just got a few more days in this city.
You guys get a chance to meet up?
No, but I want to within the next day or two, I think.
Nice.
Val, what are you doing tomorrow? Want to get nuts?
We talking anime? I've been sort of watching Seven Deadly Sins, very cool, and Death Note and Hunter and Inuyasha. Nice. I've seen two of those. I didn't see Hunter or Inuyasha.
Oh yeah, we're talking more than just Spy Family today, but I definitely can't wait to talk about Spy Family.
Oh yeah. I'm all caught up except for like the final movie for the latest. They made a movie after this season for SBS.
Well, so I've been watching. I know you told me. Here's what it is. I'll tell the people in a second what I have seen and what I haven't seen.
Oh, Inuyasha, I've known forever. I never sat down and like powered through it. I've always, I was that guy watching like every episode of Bleach like 3 times over. So. Last exam. Wait a second. Are we live? Oh, yeah. Just the curtains up. Got it. Oh, this is cool. So it's recording now? Yeah. I feel like such a noob.
I'm sorry. I should have explained it better.
I thought we were like, we have like a backstage. Like they can't hear us yet.
I mean, I could have done that. I could have done that. I think it's funny to like talk to the cat while they're waiting for the curtain.
That's cool. We need to make the anime scene in Kill Bill into a series. Yo, facts though.
We're going to start in just a minute, guys. Thanks for stopping in. The real heroes are each and every one of you.
Mayday! Come in! If anyone can hear me, my starship has been pulled into the anomaly. I find myself in a strange new world. It is a world with no sun.
Did I just lose?
No stars. It is a world of comics. Here we go! Gaming. Movie. This world is the Rogue Planets. With your host, the Fat Mantis HD.
Hello and welcome to Rogue Planet. I am your host, the Fat Mantis, now in HD, and I am here with my man,
Derek HD.
What's Derek up, HD. We haven't seen him in a minute, but we all love him. I know you guys are all part of the lounge, so don't play yourselves right now. And today we're going to be doing Anime Arsenal, where we talk about all things anime, all the newest trends, and we're talking about the new hit anime that you can actually surprisingly find on Hulu, which is Spy Family, recommended by my man Derek right here. How is everybody tonight? Oh, we got Shani Sue. What up? Waiting patiently. You'd be a hero if you didn't ghost me for a month, says Bellboy. Sorry about all that, guys. I hope you're all having an amazing quality animation. I keep it real. What can I say? I hear you as well. Hope you guys are all having an amazing one right now. So we are going to get into this zany anime, right? And so you recommended it. You've seen the whole season?
Yeah, I powered through it in one night. I don't know why, but I could not stop watching this fucking thing. It kept pulling up on my Crunchyroll feed, like, because you watch blah, 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 we think you'd like Spy Family. Or it was always like, you know, it was in the, what's that section? The, when they're streaming at the same time, what's it called? Simulcasting, right?
Oh,
so
right.
It means it's airing in Japan, and they try to air it like the next day or within the hour or something like that. So brand new simulcast are trending. I'm like, oh, this looks like cheese, bro. And then I was like, let me watch this first episode, just the first one. And then I was like, what is this?
So here's the thing. Here's my.
I watched it the entire night.
Yeah,
here's my 4 o'clock in the morning.
Here's my bold statement. You have to have a human heart to appreciate this anime.
Oh yeah, it's very much a family oriented anime, but it's just so quirky.
Because here's what it is. What's crazy is when you told me the premise, you're like, family of spies. So it's a guy who's a spy. He's trying to prevent a war.
The world's greatest spy.
Yeah, he's the world's greatest spy, right? And they actually play that up, and I love that they do the Mission Impossible thing, where like there'll be a fat old man, and then suddenly he'll be talking with his voice, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, he's the fat old man because he's so good at disguise.
He's so good, and like he what's that is it Dana Carvey, like Master of Disguise?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like the 2000s or 90s.
it's that ridiculous. Like
It's
you
that
couldn't.
level. Like he'll walk into a door and then walk back out completely like a different person.
Right, and you couldn't pull this off in live action because the costumes are too insane.
No, it's insane. But
It's
yeah,
like,
Lloyd is something else, and like he's so he's the best of the best cream of the crop, like the most in shape athletic guy, run for miles. He's a sharpshooter, like can shoot, you know, Tomb Raider style, two pistols at once. Like he's just he's like the perfect like single deadliest force in the spy game, right?
right.
And then he has to go to assassinate somebody that's in like an upper class, you know, citizen kind of prestige kind of person, but like they have evil plans, and he has to take them out. However, in order to get close, he has to fit in with like the locals, and he has to have a family, right? And so his first mission is he needs to get a daughter, and this is what melted my heart. Like Anya is literally the best character. She is the most innocent, and she's like,
Yeah.
"What is happening?"
Next outrageous comment I'm going to make
Yeah.
for anime fans: she is Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Oh man,
Anime
Just
equivalent to
adorable,
Baby
adorable. Like, yeah. If you're a weeb and you're also like a Star Wars fan, like you need to watch you some Anya. She's the
Yoda.
best.
Yo, so friggin' adorable. Everything she says and does is absolutely adorable. You can't stop. You can't get enough of the cuteness, and as soon as you think you've had too much, in
There's
the next
more.
episode,
Yeah.
she'll do something to
Something incredibly cute.
and so he is the world's deadliest spy, needs a family, goes and gets a daughter. And here's something that I absolutely love. This is just a hysterical scene. He goes to the orphanage and he's like, I have all my paperwork here, and he's lying about having a wife, and he's got everything set up. And the guy who runs the orphanage just goes, just pick one and take it. And they walk away. And he can just take a child out of the orphanage. And it really makes a statement. It's weird because it's very much a comedy and an action anime, but they're actually making a statement about the system, right?
Mm-hmm. Very much so. It's
Like
like, yeah, whatever. It's a farm of orphans. Have your pick.
Yeah.
And he goes out and wait, I thought at one point in that scene, I was gonna say the shop owner, not the shop owner, the orphanage steward. I don't know what you call him, the director. He's like, look, let me see who's the smartest girl or who's the smartest kid I have here, and then he points to like the little kid in the corner, and I'm like,
Yeah.
here we go. The one with the pink hair and the fucking Neko-chan ears. Like, here we go.
Well, I've got a theory, and I don't think it's ever confirmed that this is the theory. But so when she's later on in school, and they say that she has trouble with school, and she needs a lot of help with schooling, right?
Yeah.
When he was adopting her, she's like, you should pick me, and then he looks at her and he's like, oh, and he thinks to himself, I need a 6-year-old. She looks more like 4 or 5, and she goes, I'm 6 because she's a mind reader.
Yeah.
Is it possible she lied about her age to get adopted?
Well, I thought they had no data on her, right? She's just like the girl that lives there. So she could have been whatever, right? And that was the whole thing. Like, you hear Lloyd in his mind. Okay, so for the next scene after that, like, this is the smartest one I have. And she goes, I can prove to you or whatever. So she pulls out one of those newspaper crossword puzzles. And this is the coolest scene. Because she's a little kid. She doesn't know these adult vocabulary, and so she's going through the crossword puzzle, but she knows that Lloyd can see, and Lloyd's a fucking genius, right? Like he's literally James Bond and what Ethan Hawke, like
Yeah,
they're the same, right? Or Ethan Hunt. Ethan Hawke is a real ass person. Oops. Ethan Hunt. So he's looking over her shoulder and like, oh, this looks pretty easy. And he's reading like, 7 down is blah, blah, blah. Like 4 across is blah, blah, blah. And it looks like she's just filling all these up because she can read his mind. She's filling out every word perfectly. And the dude, like Lloyd, is just amazed. He's like, wow, this girl's a genius. she'll do perfect. She'll be perfect to pose as my daughter for this mission. Like this girl totally just played this guy.
She
Oh,
absolutely played him.
played this guy.
And to date, they haven't fully really explained how she got her telepathy.
Then that's the thing. That's the most mysterious thing about her, because they go into some depth of both Lloyd and Yor. And for anybody
Like
that
their
hasn't seen it,
childhoods or whatever. And
Yor is the master assassin. So
yeah,
the world's greatest spy
is Yor. And by the way, welcome in, public friend.
The way they, oh my gosh, the proposal between them two, we'll get to that later, but that's got to be like my favorite scene of this. Well, in the first half of this the story arc, because they happen to agree that they're just gonna get married. And there's a long story behind that, but spoiler alert: the scene where these two they're in an alley and they're being followed, I think, and there's forces that know who Lloyd is and they're out to get him. And so Yor, being like this master assassin, she plays this innocent, like very soft-spoken girl, but she has all of the quick reflexes, and also like she works with fucking kunais and needles. That's her thing, like knives and shit, right? So manual stabbing weapons, and so she can like probably poke your eye out with a fork from 100 yards. Like she's
because it's funny, she won't shoot you.
She won't shoot you. No,
he'll shoot you. She's gonna cut you up before
cut you up with a blade, a machete, machete, and then all that stuff, right? And so, anyways, she's starting to demonstrate while Lloyd is like, "Oh, I have to protect this girl. She's like, these bad guys are gonna kill her." She's watching his back. There was a point where he was about to be compromised, where he didn't see an attack coming, and here comes Yor, like out of nowhere, just like knee to the face, saves his ass, right? And so then there's more bad guys that show up. They start shooting at them with like guns and stuff. They're hiding behind a trash can. And throughout that night, they were talking about getting married. Like Lloyd tells her about, I need to poise as a father of this child to get into this school, this like society where the bad guy is, and so yeah, are you interested in being my wife? And so she, that whole day they were talking about it, they were considering it, then they get followed by these bad guys. But in the midst of all of like the chaos, they get to a point where they're hiding behind a garbage can and they're just pinned down, and Lloyd's like, I know a way out of this. And then they start talking about, yeah, I think this is a good idea. We can totally be like, a fake mom and dad for little Anya. And so he doesn't have a ring, but they decided to get married that night. It was like a proposal. So he takes out a grenade, right? Pulls out the pin, ching, like chucks the grenade. And then it's like slowly like, making his way to the bad guys. And he starts proposing to her with like the grenade pin. And then he goes, will you marry me? She goes, yes. And then like the background explodes like it's fireworks, but it's like dead bodies and stuff. Like it is the best. Oh my God.
It is, because it gets dark. It's very comedic, but it gets dark.
Oh, it gets so dark.
Shaolin Iceboxer says, oh snap, it's Derek HD.
Yo, what's going on, man? How are you? I remember the first name. It's Courtney. What's up, Courtney?
Yeah, what up?
It's been a minute.
But so here's another thing that I didn't know when you had already told me what the premise was. The whole funny thing is I thought they were assigned together as an agency, but one of the wacky things that's going on here is they don't know each other's identity.
They have no idea.
He doesn't know he's a spy. He doesn't know she's an assassin. None of them know that the little girl is a telepath.
Yeah, and it's like that's like the whole thing, right? Like Anya is the only one that knows the truth. Like Daddy's a spy, or no? What's their favorite thing? Like Daddy's a good liar.
Daddy's a good
liar. Oh, there was that scene where like he had to lie to her because she got kidnapped, and something about like I'll be right back, and you stay here, make sure you go home to your dad. And he's disguised as somebody that saves her, as like a stranger that saves her, and he comes back around like Anya knows it's the same person. I'm like, wow, she knows this. This is amazing. Whenever she quotes stuff like she reads into the minds of her parents, and because like she's in the inside, she's like, oh, there's got to be a way for me to kill faster or something like that. And like, she's just thinking about it, like, how do I be more efficient or something like that. And Anya would be like, oh my God, mommy, don't kill daddy. Or just something ridiculous because she's the only one that knows their true identities. Oh, it's so good. Somebody told me on our Discord, like, I asked them, what do you think about Spy Family? This is before I got into it. Like, they're like, meh, it's whatever. So I started watching it. I'm like, it's a lot better than I thought, and that's what I'm gonna say about this very first season. I loved it. However, asterisk. There was a point where I'm like there was 2 or 3 filler episodes, and first season is only 12 episodes long. I felt like, what the hell? I'm used to like filler seasons where in like major story arcs you got some fillers, but I felt like it was unneeded and or unnecessary, and it broke up kind of like the pacing. Only 2 episodes in, there were a couple ones I started falling asleep. I'm like, come on, man, you're dragging this out. But otherwise, I give it a solid like A minus B plus.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's amazing, and like I said, what it is those people you must have seen on your Discord, or we're talking to your Discord, don't have human hearts.
Yeah, they're cold. They're cold.
Heart, you will feel the vibes of this, because one of the coolest, enduring things about this is how they are a family.
Yeah, 100%.
The family moments. There's literally
the
episodes
family moments, man,
about him helping his daughter study for her school exams.
Yeah,
like that's pretty out there.
She goes like, I want to make daddy proud. I was like, oh my God, I want this little girl.
Yeah,
I want that to be my offspring. Like,
oh, so absolutely, next baby Yoda. Like I said,
yeah.
Now you had told me you were like, you have to listen to, you have to watch a sub.
Yeah,
to understand how cute she is. So I watched the first episode as sub.
Yep.
But I couldn't continue, so I watched the rest in dub.
I'm curious, how'd you think of the character representation in the dub?
Okay, so she is still cute in English, but it not. Here's what it is. I understand, but then again, if you don't speak Japanese, there's a lot of Japanese characters are super cute when they're speaking in Japanese in a little lolly voice.
Yeah,
you don't know what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
But she's adorable on both sides. Obviously, more adorable in sub.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, the dub doesn't have as many episodes.
Wait, what?
So on Hulu, they have 15 sub episodes, but only 12 dub.
What the hell?
Yeah, and I'm like, it ends at 12, and like they don't have these other 3 episodes up, and I'm like,
oh,
is that you were saying there was a movie? Is that them just doing the movie, like breaking
or
up?
like an OVA or something, like summer vacation with the family or something like that?
Right.
I am checking.
Izzy says in the 7 Deadly Sins, pulled me unexpectedly. There's a bunch of weird things I've noticed in there.
You're on season 4, you said, right? Izzy? Because there's a lot of shit going on at SCS. Like, there is some like ancient fucking lore that doesn't get like exposed until like 3 seasons in, and man, it's an epic story. Did you watch 7 Deadly Sins?
I have not.
It is the best, like, what is it? It is the most gratuitous, like, sexually forward anime, like, with taste though. Like, it's everything's
sure?
a big grab.
You literally threw in the phrase that, like,
with taste, my dude, with taste, because I think they executed what's his name? Meliodas' character like perfectly. Like, he looks like this child, but he is probably the wisest motherfucker in existence. Like, he is just a wise man. Like, he's the guy playing chess when everybody's playing checkers.
So I'm making my anime requirement list, and right now I've got Dota. I'm going to put seven Deadly Sins on there.
Dota, yes. Is it Blood of the Dragon, or what is that?
No, that's what is it? Defense of the Ancients.
No, the subtitle for that, it's Dota, I don't know. Blood Dragon or something like that.
And then Edge Runners, apparently on Netflix, is utterly.
I watched the first episode of Cyberpunk 2077 Edge Runner.
Didn't love it.
I didn't power through it only because my brother's going through the game right now. He's like 150 hours in, and I wanted to finish it, but I kind of wanted to watch it with him and get his take on it because he's probably going to finish the game like really soon. So
Izzy says, but you have a mantis heart, not a human heart. That's true. Well, my mantis heart bled for this family, this beautiful family that we're seeing.
Oh my gosh, Lloyd, and Anya, they're like the best. 100%.
Lanio, welcome to the stream. She says, "OMG, hi."
Bro, Melidos and King are groomers. LMFO. They're the more I learned the story, the more weirded I
take it he's speaking about Seven Deadly Sins.
King's not a. You mean Bon? King's not a groomer. King is like the biggest simp. Like the biggest.
This is Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah. So there's just one character. He's one of the 7 deadly sins. So the 7 deadly sins, they are to escape punishment. They became heroes of the land. Like they were like they're like imagine King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, right? Medieval times, but the Knights of the Round Table were made up of like ex-prisoners, like Suicide Squad.
Right. Okay. Yeah. AJ the Rebel, welcome in. He says, Rogue Planet. We are talking about Spy Family and then eventually other animes as well. But I gotta actually talk to you about something that really bothered me about this anime. Though something took me out of the wholesomeness. You know what I'm about to say, right?
No.
Now, I think a lot of people have written off her brother Yuri's behavior as just a brother who's overly protective,
or a Targaryen,
and so we got to discuss it. So her brother is so obsessed with her, he doesn't want her to kiss her own husband, and flips out when this happens. And then when we see the flashbacks, it's not just that they're brother and sister, but she kind of raised him like a second mom, which makes it even creepier.
Like the most taboo thing that you can. I mean, it's all of this is all of Japan's like money making machine kind of taboo. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
makes sense.
Do you watch? Yeah, right. Wait, hold on. Do you watch House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, so the one thing I hate about it is the incest. It makes me not want to.
I think that's the coolest part because that's the hardest part to get acceptance on. Like we're Western culture. We frown upon like the Kentucky, like Bama. Sorry, Anna Thomas. Like
oh man, I wish she was in the chat to hear that.
Like I'm my own cousin, kind of like.
Right.
But like I think that is very. It was 2 episodes with him. Like the one long episode where it's just he comes over for dinner and it's the guy who he's also keeping a secret from his sister. He's saying that he's some kind of like office worker, banker, but he's usually like the secret guard who's also like he plays like the nice cop, but he's like the most like brutal, sadistic.
Yeah, he's a brutal like interrogator, like low life.
So, but he's like top of his class on the other side of the fence. So he is the main antagonist for Lloyd, and so.
What's the brother's name? You guys don't know, Lloyd is the dad of the family.
Lloyd is the dad.
So here's what it is. No, everyone doesn't know who each other's jobs are, and everyone's a spy or a killer or whatever. And they're
all extremely good.
Yeah, they're all extremely good.
They're the best in class.
And her brother is the man who's hunting Twilight, who he doesn't know is his brother-in-law.
Yeah,
it's a elaborate thing. It's actually, I feel like it makes commentary about families and like how like families lie all the time to each other.
Right. And so apparently like Yor, the master assassin, she's been married for a year and like didn't tell her brother that's been obsessed with her. Like, so it's
maybe
like,
that's why she didn't say anything.
Yeah. So it's kind of a thing. But yeah, man, I feel like they wrote it off really cleanly because I think that's expected from like how open Japanese culture is like sexually. And so it's one of their top money making machine fucking. It's like the hey step bro like of Japan.
But even if they're biological siblings, they would be fine, or they would be like, obviously they wouldn't be fine, but they'd be like, it happens. Brothers fall in love with their sisters.
it's the most taboo, and they love writing that shit.
And people apparently love watching it, right? Because this
Yeah,
is not the first anime that I've seen some sort of incest.
that's why I like hot. That's why House of the Dragon, or Hot D, as the cool kids say.
I love that hot D,
That's
man.
why Hot D is like taken off, because it's so edgy, and in the same way they write it off nice and clean. I think there was some backlash with that the scene in the city with Damon and Rhaenyra, but like nothing
You know,
happened.
I'm sorry to sound like a pervert right now, but I'm gonna defend him right now. He did stop himself and then
Yeah,
punch
he
the
did.
wall and walk off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nothing happened.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but people thinks he's a scumbag for even attempting it. But I think that kind of makes it okay.
If you guys were there like 300 years ago, like you'd understand.
Lady says, "Oh, more incest fun." Yeah, and not only that, in this anime, it's a very wholesome anime, and then out of nowhere, there's like some
Like
sub
because you gotta have it. You gotta.
incest plot.
What's that? In culinary arts, when you have something that's like really fatty and greasy, you need to cut it with like something sour or acidic, right? So that's what this character does. Like there's all this like wholesome fat in this like meal of an anime, and you need to just cut into the savory just a little bit, just a tiny bit, episode and a half or so, and I think it does really well with that character.
Bellboy, the culinary expert, says, "If I hey, I think am I mispronouncing that?"
Huh?
Oh, I thought he
If
was trying to
I,
tell us what it's called when you cut it with something acidic.
oh, I don't know.
But I agree with you. That's probably what that is. They're probably like, this isn't.
Yeah.
We're gonna have dark stuff in later on, so let's let people know right now that there's gonna be some gross shit.
Yeah.
Right. I love that I've gotten in. I haven't got on ground floor, but this is a relatively new anime, right?
It just came out this year.
Yeah, and so I'm happy that I'm actually like on ground level, because usually like things are already a phenomenon and are already a boring by the time I get to the animes.
Yeah, I'm glad like I got a chance to watch this, because if I took the meh review of like other people, I'd never would have watched this. I'm so glad I did. Like I'm a big fan of how they're writing the characters, and yours literally like my new waifu at the moment. My 2020, like what is it? Going into winter 2022. Like, well, we're in the middle of fall still, but yeah, fall 22 waifu, man. Yours the best. 100%.
So yeah, I love yours assassin's outfit.
Oh,
It's like
bro.
slutty and stuff. It's out of a fighting game or something. You know what I mean?
And her eyes change, right? She's all of a sudden like this. She is a veteran, like assassino. You guys ever played Assassin's Creed? Like she is straight up killer, and she is in control the whole time. She does not lose. Like damn.
Yeah, Bellboy says, if I have something fatty and greasy, I'm cutting it with my teeth.
Heard.
Oh, word. What other thoughts or observations do you have to make about this show?
So it's been what two or three weeks for me since I finished watching it. So I remember the most critical thing I had was pacing at some points. I was like, oh my god, can we please move on? I don't want any more of this boring stuff.
There is a lot of family stuff, and like I said, a lot of focus on school and how the daughter is doing in the school, which at times is really endearing, but at times you are right, it is kind of boring.
Oh my gosh, okay, I will say this though, because when yours teaching Anya like how to throw the dodgeball, and like she's out like do it like this, take like these little all these proper steps, and then she like one punch man, like straight up destroys everything around her, just throwing this dodgeball through the woods. Like she's badass, right? And then so Anya's training, and it gets to the point where she has to go face the fucking the man-child bully of the opposing dodgeball team. Like this dude is like he has a deeper voice than like Mantis. So like and this dude's like 7. He's 2 feet taller than every little kid. He's already built like a tank, right? And he's just creaming everybody in dodgeball. And so Anya's up. It's just It's just Anya versus like this gigantor of a child, and she's remembering everything she learned from mommy. And so she does her thing. She gets to her stance. She's really like planted like on the hardwood. Gets the perfect what is it? Wind up and throws the ball. And she whiffs it. Like everything looks so good, and like it only goes like 2 feet. Like she totally fucked it up.
Eh.
That whole scene, I was like, she's totally gonna like whoop this dude's ass. Like, it's gonna be the greatest. And I love what they did there because at first I was like, no, she's gonna lose. But she
Well,
ended up being like the cutest thing ever. So
well, it's funny that she's the opposite of a Mary Sue, right? And you know the phrase Mary Sue. They to Mary Sue's tend to be females, and they're characters who can do no wrong and never mess up.
oh yeah.
Right?
Okay.
They're the writer's favorite, like little
Oh.
ass kisser girl. So they make sure they always succeed. They never have a problem. They never make the wrong decision. This girl's the opposite of a Mary Sue because she can't do anything. She's bad at school.
Yeah.
I remember there's the one where he tries to teach her music and she's horrible. And he's like, "Let's see if you do art." And then he's like, "Oh, I love this picture of this man in the suit." And she's like, "It's not a man in a suit. That's a cow from school." And then he stares at her, and they have this moment where they're just staring at each other like he can't believe how bad at art she is.
Oh man.
Oh, she volunteers at the hospital, and she's just in the way, causing more problems.
Yeah, right. She's just like she's the perfect amount of chaos.
Yes, it's like you said, the daughter we all wish we had, right?
Yeah.
Because she's so cute. You're like, oh, she's incapable.
There was a point where she got super annoying. Something about like, I don't want to do homework. I was like, bitch, do your homework.
Yeah, they have her have temper tantrums the way a kid would.
Yeah, which was very lifelike, I thought. I was like, how are we gonna deal
they
with this?
make it really like a family. You know what I mean? Like, I remember at one point at the school where like the rich guys at the school when yours said she doesn't cook,
Yeah.
and they criticize her. They're like, "What kind of wife doesn't cook?"
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, the mantis has to say, "No wife of mine doesn't cook." Let me tell you that.
Wait, no, that was at the dinner party where she was introducing Lloyd to like her coworkers, and that like the bitchy ass friend was like,
"Oh,
you
right.
don't cook," and then like Lloyd gets there after like beating up a bunch of like bad guys that were following him. He's all bloodied up and shit. he shows up. He goes, "Sorry, I'm late."
I remember his excuse was because his coverage is a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And he said, one of my patients had a tantrum. And it's like, damn, are you beating your patients when they flip
right?
out? When he attacks
He's defending himself, right? They beat him up, right? But then he totally saved her by saying, growing up, Yor didn't have much time to cook because since her parents passed away, she was the only one taking care of her little brother.
Which should make her a good cook.
No, but she was never home because she was always out making money. I think she also accused her like very softly, like being a whore, like a someone that's out at night. And
right, somebody had said that they're like,
Lloyd was like
masseuse who gives goes
that shit, right? Yeah, and Lloyd's like and she did whatever she could to make sure that her brother had everything. I'm like, damn, Lloyd, what a beast.
And that was a cute moment where one of the women has like a steaming pile of food, and she pretends to trip, like to be a bitch.
Yeah,
she's
like,
her.
I'm gonna oops, yeah.
And she does like a kick, and she's
bro,
holding the dish with her leg out.
Bro, she goes like this. So imagine you're on one side of the room, and this bitch is like, "Oh, would you like some of this or some of these hors d'oeuvres?" And you're like, the bitch like intentionally throws this food at her, and so you have a tray of food just literally just flying at you. She kicks the thing like up first, like vertical, like pop, and it all like all of a sudden like all the food like collects on the fucking tray, and then she catches it while her leg is still like in midair, like eye level.
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
Meanwhile,
you guys have to watch this. You guys like just watch that scene. Yeah, I think that's how I got into it.
This is the intention of these types of episodes that I do of Rogue Planet are very much to put people onto cool things. We want you all to watch this. Bellboy says she doesn't have to cook, but if she can't cook, red flag.
I think anybody that knows how to cook and can teach someone how to, that's all you need. it's more for me. If it's a skill issue, I can teach you that. If it's a will issue, like she don't want to cook, that's a red flag, because you don't know what you don't know, and somebody teaches you but you're willing. You can make a good wife out of that.
Is this going to be a scathing indictment of American women? Because I could complain all night. We could stream for 6 hours of me just bitching about American women.
And that's MSM, bro.
I was watching some old Kevin Samuels stuff.
Oh, rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace. And he's on he's talking to a woman, some woman who thinks she's all worthy. She says she won't cook, she won't clean, blah blah blah. She says she's an angel, and then he said, well, okay, so you want to get with a high value man.
Yep.
How much do you think your services are worth if you don't cook or clean or any of that stuff? And she said $100,000 a year.
What the fuck?
And he thinks that her worth of a woman she has to have she's
You
worthy
don't
of
do anything.
$100,000
You're just
for
burning
not
my money.
cooking, cleaning.
Not doing anything.
That's insane, right?
That's insane.
Okay. AJ says, "I want a girl who can catch my dish with my of food with her foot when I start raging."
Hell yeah, man! We should all be so lucky, right?
But this is truly the nuclear family that you want. I had a good time doing this. I might have to watch those other 3 episodes in dub mode. Did you find out what it was?
Oh yeah, I was loading it up. One sec.
But also, can you think of any other things going on in anime nowadays? Now, I know Izzy's all about the 7 Deadly Sins right now. What else is going on?
So, I am a big fan, and I waited 4 years for this. Overlord Season 4 is out. Anybody watching Overlord right now? Because, bro.
And so what is Overlord?
So, Overlord is one of those trapped in a video game.
You love those plots.
I mean, okay, so if you guys know me, I've said it before on other streams. My favorite anime of all time, 1A, 1B, Bleach, and then Sword Art Online.
Right. So another game where they're trapped in a video game, right?
Yeah. And so, and No Game No Life obviously is up there, but Overlord is so good. Imagine being like, you spent a decade, not a decade. You spent quite a few 100 hours maxing out your character, and you and your friends are the strongest, call it clan in the game. You guys have every rare item ever created. You have OP stats. And on the night of server shutdown, because the game is dead, they're retiring the game. You're all hanging out in your castle, your lounge, and everybody else logs out, and you're the only one left. And now you're in the world, and you can now control certain aspects, like the NPCs that were like your right hand. Like each one had an NPC that was, like the subject of they're called the supreme beings, like the human players. They were the supreme beings, and so this guy is trapped. But then he now has power over his friends, like NPCs, and they're all like in servitude for the last remaining supreme being. And
Jesus,
you go around and you're being the fucking overlord.
He's the overlord. He's the overlord.
Fucking overlord. So I will say, the fight scenes are fucking epic. Like that's what got in. That's how I heard of Overlord. Something about like best fight scenes anime 2018 or 2019, something like that. And it was Overlord 2 or 3, and I was like, holy shit, I have to watch this. And I couldn't stop watching. I watched the first episode. I was like, this is my fucking jam, and I watched it all the way through.
Right. Yo, Rogue Radio, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Derek, no relation. But I did meet Rogue Radio on Spoon, believe it or not. But
what's up, Radio?
Yeah. Bellboy says Chainsaw Man release.
Yo, Chainsaw Man is all the rage right now. It's definitely like perfect time for Halloween stuff. I didn't get into it yet because I don't know if I like it, but it does look cool. It has the aesthetic of like a nice gory, like Attack on Titan vibe. Like it's gonna be gory, right? So I think I want to I think I want to dive in. I'll dip my toe into that this weekend and see how it goes.
Well, yo, I have not kept my promise or what I even told my fans I was going to do. When I started Anime Arsenal, which you were my first guest, we did Demon Slayer, which Izzy is saying he has not seen. Shame on you, sir. But I said that I would do an Anime Arsenal once a month, and I have not kept to that.
Oh, was I like? Am I your only 2 guests so far? Like back to back? Or did you have
no,
any
and then
ones?
there were I've had Melissa. I had Melissa Dark on.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
We
right.
did
You
some
talked about JoJo.
Now that was a lot. That was the and I decided after that I decided no more JoJo ever again. But also, you know, anything that's 3 or 4 seasons, I'm not going to binge watch for one episode of Rogue Planet. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah.
Although everyone wants me to do Dota. Everyone's saying you have to do Dota.
I'm okay with Dota. Is obviously based off the video game, and there for me it got a little slow. I don't think I finished it. I think I stopped halfway through, because that and like Vinland Saga kind of like I got off the bandwagon like halfway through. So maybe I'll give it another shot, but it didn't keep my interest as much as I wanted to. I watched the League of Legends. What's it called?
Oh, Arcane.
Yeah, Arcane. Oh my gosh,
Arcane.
That is a masterclass in storytelling. Like, I don't know too much about like the lore.
I didn't know
the characters because I play League, but I didn't know much of the story, and I didn't know that they were sisters or they just wrote them that way. But like, it is the best, and there was so much ambiguity on how things could have turned out differently. You know, before she like chucks the rocket. I'm like, oh my god, no! Like, it was so good. I love that. And like the animation style, it was a mixture of like 2D and cell shaded 3D. Like, oh bro.
It was well beautiful. Done. It was well done all across. So you're right. It is an amazingly like complex story for something based off of League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
You would think because League of Legends, let's face it, it's not for geniuses, right?
It's well, it depends because you could play it casually, but League is, I mean, it's a lot of high level stuff playing League, man. It's sometimes
I feel like it's the same thing as Magic the Gathering. It's true, you have some really great strategists, but at the same time, you'll also have some idiots.
Yeah.
Dummies.
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's Magic the Gathering. It has all the elements of Magic the Gathering, but now you also have to position yourself on the board. You have to be aware of your teammates and your enemies' capabilities at all times. Like, it's just League is fucking hard, man. Hey, Kat, good to see you.
Yo, Kat, Auntie Kat is back in this scene. What up? Welcome.
We're just talking about anime, so
yeah, we're talking anime tonight. We've got. Oh wait, Izzy first said, "Mantis, have you ever seen the anime scene in Kill Bill? I'd watch that if that was a show. Yeah, that was a great sequence. Kill Bill 2, right?
Oh, speaking of great anime movie adaptations, please tell me you guys all saw the Star Wars anime stuff.
Oh, Visions.
Star Wars Visions is just fucking
Not only
shit.
do I love it, but I heard they're going to make a second season. And
oh yes.
Okay, so let me ask you, what stories are you hoping to get a sequel? I understand some are and some aren't.
I don't want any sequels. I want fresh new like dozen or so stories because I'm pretty sure because they took they took the top 12, top 8, whatever stories, and that's what they presented. But there was like 50,000 stories like offered. Will you take mine?
Okay.
Get another fresh dozen stories and show me more talent.
Okay. I feel that.
What I'm saying?
I feel that. I don't know.
That's how they're doing with that's what they're doing with what is it? Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh, I love that show. That show is so.
I was so pissed because like Pandemic Volume 2 was 6 episodes. And another 6 for Volume 3, but when Volume 1 was like 18. So yeah. So that's what I want. I want brand new material because I know there's more artists out there. There's more content.
So remember, in Love, Death, and Robots, though, they do occasionally do a sequel, particularly with
the cats,
robots, right?
The 3 robots that are just like wandering around like post-apocalyptic. Yeah, sure, just to keep like continuity with like a theme or something. I get that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Stories I really do think could or should I really want to see more of. I believe it's the Ninth Jedi.
Yeah.
The night I want to see more of. I could watch that if
Yeah.
it was a series. That alone, right?
Speaking of, isn't Star Wars Star Wars Stories
Tales
out?
of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi. Yeah, that's right. That's coming out. What, 2
Good
weeks?
stuff,
Next
man.
week or something like that?
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's
So
a
have
big
you been
month for
watching
TV.
Andor?
Yeah, 100%. It's funny because I didn't care for Andor. I don't care for the character because it's like who's Andor, right? Because
Who is he in the show, right?
So I tell my brother this all the time. When I watched Rogue One, I wasn't excited about it. I was like, ugh, the fuck. I'm just gonna watch it because it's Star Wars and it's it's not 1970s fucking like shitty production quality. It's like we're gonna have the latest and greatest tech going into these Disney properties, and so I watched Rogue One and I cried at the end. I teared up, and I was just like,
one of the best. It's certainly the best
heart wrenching.
Right.
And so they're like, oh, there's an Andor like spinoff. I'm like, who fucking cares? We all know the ending. And then when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is the best visuals on the planet. It has the production value of any fucking motion, like full length motion picture film. So it looks great. The story, I guess what's his name? Salazar, the guy running the rebellion or financing the rebellion. He has a storefront for like relics. The character
Luthen is the name he gave Andor.
I think he's selling me more than anybody else on that list. Even more so than like Mon Mothma, but like those two, I think they're doing it for me. Like I like their characters. I'm still not sold on Andor, but from today's episode, right?
I didn't see today's episode yet.
What?
Yeah,
I've seen something ahead of like the Fat Mantis. Are you serious?
I was
like literally your realm.
After this, I've had such a busy month. October has been a ridiculous busy month, and I have to plan exactly when I'm watching things. And there are times when I want to go to bed. I'm just exhausted. I'm like, no, but 1 a.m. I was scheduled to watch House of the Dragon because I have no other time to watch it. But I gotta say that I hear you. Andor's kind of lost in his own show. But what I really like is the mythology building of the whole Star Wars universe.
The world,
and you see how it.
Yeah. So my brother and I picked up. Oh no, I can't talk about today's episode. Oh fuck. Okay. Invite me to like your next Star Wars thing, and we'll nerd out.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't know if you do a Star Wars section on Rogue Planet, but like,
okay,
I really want to talk about today's episode.
Okay, yeah, well, we will definitely do a stream on that. Getting back to Visions, which is at least in the anime category.
Fantastic anime.
You're telling me that if you saw another story remember the first story where it's the samurai?
Yep. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, it was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool, right?
I don't know. Do I want to like like you're I'm one of those where like don't touch the original. Just don't touch it. Like it was great. It was fucking fantastic. And if you do something that's like that's gonna be a turnoff, it's like you could have used if it fails, they could have used that slot for something that was original from like the other like a million applicants for Star Wars extended lore kind of stuff. Like, come on.
Right now, I feel you.
Like, don't fuck it up.
You're right, because
it has to be really good.
You're right. Maybe telling more of his story would just end up somehow ruining it, right?
Right, because that face-off was fucking epic.
That was absolutely
fucking epic.
Izzy says, "Oh, I'm working on my own horror film, by the way, to get a whole team pitching ideas and have people willing to act." Yo, I love to act, man. I love to act as in I was about to say shitty movies. No, not shitty movies. Low budget movies. Let me put it like that, Izzy. I didn't mean to insult you. But yeah, if you need an actor, call on me. Inspired my Halloween and Friday the 13th killers called The Huntress. It's a female killer.
I have to say this is not anime, but you mentioned the phrase low budget film, and on my Google or was it Google Ultra 4K the TV thing, Google TV thing. Anyways, it has suggestions for different moods, and one of them is low budget films. And I swear to you, it's a low budget, like legit poor man's version of Pacific Rim called Atlantic Rim. And
They didn't even try. They didn't
I
even try to
tell
cover
you,
it.
man. Oh my god, it's like Power Rangers from the 90s kind of BS.
Which is fun, right?
It's fun, but like, oh my god, like this is it's a B minus 8th grade project when it comes to the CGI. Like, bro, nope, that's not gonna work.
I feel like they all have their time and place, these types of movies. Like the other day I saw
Like Sharknado.
like Sharknado or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw what's the one where the Nazis are hiding in the Antarctica and they ride dinosaurs?
What the fuck?
And there's a clone of Hitler. There's a cyborg clone of Hitler, and he has like secret Nazis in the Antarctic. And it's just the cheesiest special effects, the cheesiest writing. I'm like, thank God that someone made that movie.
Wait, what's the one on YouTube that was like also defeating Hitler, like Kung Fu something? That retro wave fucking.
It's like Kung Fu Cop or something, like because he's a cop. He's a time traveling cop.
Yeah.
I love that where he meets Thor. He has to fight Thor and stuff like that. Like,
oh my gosh. Does anybody know what that is?
Oh man,
Kung Fury. Oh my gosh.
Kung Fury. There we go.
Kung Fury. That is so good. Yeah, man. Thanks, Loggy Bear.
Bellboy says, anyone else love the same hype for a restaurant to another world as I do? Is anyone else?
I know that one. I've seen a bunch of like those long ass title animes. Like is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Like that's also one of my favorites. It's really good.
What was one that they recently put out? It was called like the economic lessons of the young prince or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Let's just scroll through Crunchyroll real quick because I think that might be
please.
Yeah.
Do it. AJ says Mantis needs an assistant. Hell yeah, I do. Izzy says live action Samurai Jack. Does that exist? It needs to. Oh, that would be amazing. What up, Logie Bear? Just finished Halloween and ends lame, says Logie Bear. Izzy says it's definitely going to be low budget. The thing I'm trying to do is record it on nothing but iPhones. It's going to be a complicated challenge. So I forget who did this, but actually a professional director filmed an entire movie on an iPhone. It was okay. Nothing to write home about, but it looked decent, But cameras were worse, and they made it work.
The greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody.
That's a title.
I kind of want to watch it. They got me hooked.
Oh my god, that's
It looks
amazing.
dumb.
I love that movie.
Great.
What is that?
Velocipaster. Yeah.
What the hell is that? Is that an anime or what is that?
Isn't that on Netflix? I think Velocipaster, bro.
He loves that movie. Logie Bear, thank you for the love over on Twitch.
So
That means a
viral.
lot, brother. Mantis, I have an anime for you. I would like to discuss with you next episode. Hell yeah.
Drop it in chat, man.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
So, obviously, got to watch it before it happens, right? So that we can talk about it. Velocipaster is absolutely absurd. And so, we need we need B-rated.
The slap happy stuff like Dumb and Dumber for the next generation kind of stuff.
Yeah, we need really stupid movies because I think they have a place because even smart movies aren't always smart. If that makes
any
sense.
Erased? Okay.
Erased.
Is it on Crunchyroll, my dude? Let's see.
What is is Crunchyroll getting folded into a bigger streaming service or no?
They've now come back. So there was a couple streaming services that would roll in a bunch of these separate ones, like an aggregate streaming service.
Right.
Now Crunchyroll is they're dominating everything. The two biggest platforms, Crunchyroll and Funimation, are on the same platform now. So.
Right. I think Sony ended up owning them both, right?
Is that how that went down? Holy shit.
Yeah, I think that's how they went down. And then like Crunchyroll is they're now that they have them both, they're folding Funimation into Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
And so and also some people are trying to say that's like in terms of anime distribution, that's like a monopoly. I don't know if anyone. I don't know if the government cares enough.
Don't care. I'm still paying the same price. I was on vrv.co, like, and when I first joined up, I had Funimation and Crunchyroll and a bunch of other shit, High Dive, all rolled into my $10 a month package, and then Funimation left because they wanted their own app, and now they're all come back together again. Like, and I'm still paying $10. Like, I'm happy. I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't need competition, man.
So it's only $10 for Crunchyroll.
Yeah, that's it. Like ad free, like just, and it'll autoplay like fucking Netflix. Just let it rip, man.
Yeah, that's really what I need to do to really get my anime arsenal going, right?
Yes, it doesn't have the skip intro or skip recap. I don't think that's like a purely Netflix thing, but I mean, you can still fast forward, and it's great.
Actually, did you notice something about this show?
Which,
Spy Family?
What about Spy Family?
The intro has different animation every time it's on.
Really? It has that
they changed
the Cowboy Bebop vibe.
Yeah. But the song is the same, but they change what's going on in the animation.
Very House of the Dragon intro, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, House of the Dragon is. They put such subtle changes. You can't even tell. You'd have to be like a scholar and pause every moment.
I have to watch the recap, like New Rockstars or something to do to catch it, because there's a scene. Did you watch Sunday's episode?
I did.
So
my review is up on YouTube.
Oh, fantastic! I'll definitely check it out. When they open the scroll to read like the prayer, so they talk about there's like three or four prayers in there that address the seven. And like it was 4 seconds on screen. There's like 4 paragraphs. Who's gonna?
And they wrote a whole thing, a massive prayer. They don't even say there's other stuff on there that if you pause it, you can read the scroll. Yeah.
But I'm like, no one's gonna stop that while they're watching this like an episode. Like for anybody that wants to go back and like recap, of course, it's probably like a good YouTube gig to do it. But I'm just saying, man, like when you try to enjoy it, the first pass, you're gonna miss everything. You're gonna miss all the hidden gems. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, are you into extreme Easter egging?
No, I'm not.
I think it's
only in video games. Like video games, I have to find like there's 1,000 packages in the world. I'm gonna find them all. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. But I'm saying in a show, I hate when people are like, you have to go back and rewind it and go slow. And if you notice, Spider-Man's in the way back. Some shit.
Like bro.
Rogue Radio says, I just finished Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I have mixed feelings about the ending. The storyline and color scheme is amazing, though. Worth the watch.
Wow. Very cool.
I think Ray Winthrop was the one telling me that I got to see Edge Runners. Like, it'll change my life or something.
Yeah. Like I said, I saw the first episode, and it is beautiful, man. It is. It's a lot of fast-paced... like it's an epileptic seizure waiting to happen. So I am watching this one in dub. I was reluctant to, but I'm like, I know I'm gonna miss action. This isn't one of those animes where they have like just 2 still frames and dialogue, and you have time to read because there's not much action happening in the background. There's stuff moving all the time, and you don't want to fucking miss the subtleties of the presentation. So I am watching it in dub.
You realize that is my argument against subs, right? Do you remember this whole thing?
Because you don't want to miss the action.
Because while I'm reading, I'm missing something cool happening on screen.
I don't think there's too much. I don't think there's too much in most anime that's happening. Like that's why Edge Runners is a very particular case for me, because the way that they storyboarded this thing, it's literally out of like Final Fantasy Advent Children. Like there's just so much action, bro.
Basically, Advent Children is one long, crazy, insane action sequence. To make Cloud look like the OG.
Oh, he's so good. That's the best version of Cloud of all time.
Are you into the new, subscribe for the new 7 where they alter the story apparently?
Nah, I didn't play it. The remake, Final Fantasy 7 remake. I have not played it.
Am I the only one that found One Punch Man hilarious? Is he?
One Punch Man is also one I watched in dub because I refuse to not watch something that's done by like the Adult Swim team, because they're the best in the business, right? We've been listening to them for years, and like those are the only ones that I will hands down watch only in dub, and that's the reason why I don't think I've watched season 2 yet of One Punch Man, because I don't think they made a dub. Right? Am I wrong, you guys? Somebody fact check me. Did Adult Swim team, did they do
What, One
dubbed
Punch?
One Punch Man season 2?
Oh,
One Punch Man season 1 is fucking glorious. Dude, Moman Rider, come on, bro. He's a superhero with the most basic bitch of fucking superpowers. He rides a bike with a fanny pack. And his superpower is like, I will go like rescue this kitten off a tree. Like, bro. He's not a superhero. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, I
Moman
gotta
Rider.
watch this. Here's what it is. I gotta cram My Hero Academia, and I gotta cram that. And so because there's this ongoing theory. People believe they're in the same unit. They're in the same world. Just like
Wait, My Hero and One Punch Man?
Yeah, they're 100 years apart or something. And I forget which one they're implying is the first one.
Wow.
And so I gotta watch this theory. It's kind of like the Pixar theory. Obviously, no one intended to, but like it's a way of looking at the Pixar theory, right?
Yeah, it's just, I think it's just a way to spark like a bunch of likes on a Reddit thread. That's
yeah. Or like you
wait, really? Tell me about it. What do you think, man? And then it's just like 1,000 upvotes. Like, I gotta hear.
It's better than the person was dead the whole time. Right? Everyone just says it about every story ever.
Yeah.
They're like, if you watch Akira, he was dead the whole time. He's really like, what are you freaking talking about, bro?
They're the same that think Jar Jar Binks is a fucking evil fucking Sith Lord. Like, you're one of those, aren't you?
Although I do wish that they did that. Obviously, there's no evidence of it.
There isn't, and it's
right. But that would have been funny if at the end of Revenge of the Sith, he's there and he takes his hood off. It's Jar Jar.
I probably would have thrown everything at my TV. Like, just no.
That would be funny if he's Darth Plagueis.
Right?
The whole time. What a legend. Rogue Radio says, you missed so much in My Hero Academia, Mantis. So I'm almost done, I think, with season 2. Season 2 is annoying of My Hero. Because it's during a tournament, and the entire season takes place during this tournament.
Who's that creepy dude that everybody talks about in the dub? He's always licking things. He's like, that motherfucker.
Well, that's every anime ever, right? There's always anime,
JoJo.
there's always a guy who's licking something he's not supposed to. Yeah, JoJo. No. Those guys are basically like
they all talk like that. Yeah.
AJ says I would be dead to see Jar Jar. That would be amazing. 100%. Yeah, maybe they should give him a Disney Plus show.
That's where they come from, anyway.
But yeah, and looks like my list is Dota, Seven Deadly Sins, Edge Runners, Overlord, Chainsaw Man, Erased, and of course I already knew One Punch Man. I already knew I had to get on One Punch Man.
Well, I think One Punch Man first. Just get out of the way because
it's a must see.
You got it's just so good. It is so good.
Oh, God.
It's so good, and you'll enjoy the dub.
Rogue Radio actually says season 2 is actually the best. It gets wilder further in. Oh God.
Fair enough. I gotta find a way. Wait, so did I miss it? Is there a dub version of season 2 OPM?
Yeah. Anyone know if there's a dubbed version of season 2 of One Punch Man?
Or I could just I'll just go torrent it if nobody's streaming it.
And so wait, hold on. You're a sub guy or you're a dub guy?
100% sub.
100%?
Like I have to watch subtitles because I feel like there's more emotion invoked in the original writing and voice acting. And here in America, we do it for the memes. Like that's why I can't watch fucking JoJo in dub. It's just the whole thing is a meme. All of it. Like Golden Wind, it's just a big fucking meme nightmare. Can't do it.
Yo, did we talk about the whole Anakin Skywalker thing and dubs and subs thing?
Oh, wait, no.
There's this YouTuber who's he's Mexican. He's from Mexico, but he went to film school in America. And when he comes to America, and he says when he came to America, he always thought of Anakin as a scary, mean, tough guy. And when he got there, the other students at his school were laughing at Anakin, and they're like, "Anakin's a little beta." Yeah. And then he's like, "What are you talking about?" And it turns out that like they got a guy who does telenovelas to do the dub
Like a
for
grown
Mexico.
ass Anakin. Yeah.
He has a manly, villainous voice.
Yep.
And he speaks the entire time, and just the dubbing changes the way you feel about the character.
100%. The dubbed, was it dubbed version of? Sorry, it's actually the Japanese voiceover of what's the Amazon superhero show?
The Boys.
The Boys, bro. Hearing it in Japanese dub, it is fucking epic. It's a weeb's dream because you have Highlander, who's like your typical fucking bad guy, fucking Japanese voiceover.
Doing like the Japanese villain.
The Japanese villain, bro. It's a different story when you hear it. So yeah, I understand the feeling.
Then that lighthearted, playful nature of One Punch. Bellboy also says Erased is dark as hell. Can't wait to check that one out. Rogue Radio says dub for me. I can't concentrate on the action and subtitles at the same time. That's what it is for me. I admit I'm a slow reader, and I think that might be what it is. That sometimes they go by too, and I'm like, I didn't read that. I didn't catch that. AJ says I checked it. It's available. From what I've seen, it said Toonami. Not sure what else.
Toonami. Didn't Toonami just die like literally last week?
Yeah, I think I heard that they would close their doors, but he's saying that they did the dub for season 2 One Punch Man.
Got it. So I will talk shit on that.
So it looks like we've got a lot of anime stuff to talk about. Auntie Cat says I miss Toonami. I miss
the little dude in the spaceship, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, little dude. I don't even know what his name is, but he's a little robot guy.
Yeah,
that was great. So Cartoon Network doesn't have late night anime anymore?
Yeah, Cartoon Network it's all dead. It just died, right?
Oh, damn.
It's off air now.
That's
like it's sad news.
That's just cable in general. Cable in general is dying out, right?
Because everybody wants a streaming service on demand.
But then who can afford all the streaming services?
All the streaming services like $200 a month.
It's basically cable again, right?
Then might as well sign up for your expensive $180 cable package. It's the same shit.
Right. Oh, it is because I used to use on demand all the time, and that allows you to record shows. So like you can still watch your shows whenever you want.
Whenever you want.
So we're really we're running in circles. We're idiots right now.
Yeah, it's like they want to get away from mainframes. Everybody got decentralized computing, and then everybody wants to get back into a single like hive mind. So now you're back to centralized computing. Like, what the fuck?
That's what it is. Well, basically, when I fell off of Toonami and like Adult Swim anime, I was a man lost at sea. I didn't know where to go for anime.
So overwhelming.
And it is. That's what it is. It's something you have to research and you have to be on top of, right? And if you're not, you're like, what's happening? Or
you let the algorithm just suggest good shit for you.
Well, that's what I'm saying is good about having a Crunchyroll. But I'm saying before, if you don't even know
before the app, it's like because it was such a niche thing. You guys ever see that TikTok or YouTube short where like everybody's into anime now? Where were y'all in the 2000s? Because the anime community was like this, like black sheep kind of like, oh, you watch anime, what a loser.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Like now, it's everybody's fucking watching anime.
Of course,
but the power of God in anime, right?
WCO is free. What is WCO?
I don't know what that is.
Is this like is this on Pluto TV? Did I ever tell you I love Pluto TV?
Is that what you like? It's like a Tubi, right?
Yeah.
Like free TV or free.
It's just free TV. It just has all these reruns. It's just endless reruns that I'm like, yeah, I'll watch this.
Wow.
They'll just have Star Trek on. You'll be like Star Trek or the Munsters or like
proper TV. Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I'm showing my age, but
what was it, Elvira? Like
Elvira. But don't worry, Auntie Cat's going to be taking over Elvira.
That's right.
Auntie Cat is the next Elvira.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first, folks.
On Rogue Planet.
On Rogue Planet. I understand that Auntie Cat's going to be doing more videos back on, I believe, her YouTube channel. So you guys have to check that out. She's going to be doing Auntie Cat stories. Love that. I love that sequence. So please check out Auntie Cats. This has been another amazing episode of Rogue Planet with our Anime Arsenal, my leading anime Arsenaler, Derek HD. Derek, where can we find you, and what plugs do you want to give us, man?
Find me on my Discord. That's where I'm usually. Otherwise, I'm at work.
Okay.
My social media is chill, so
Just
find me on
don't work
Discord.
too much, man. Don't work too much. Work is killing. Work just kills everything, man.
Work also pays for all my toys, bro.
Oh, right. I feel, and also you can't get drunk without work, right? So
Right. They pay for my alcohol things.
Well,
So,
well, I'm telling you, as we move in closer to Halloween, I'm going to be doing more Halloween streams, and I hope I can
Ooh.
catch you on at least one of those types of streams.
oh, that'd
Do
be
some
great.
spooky stuff together.
100%.
Awesome, brother. And of
I'm down
course,
for that.
this has been another amazing episode of Rogue Planet every Wednesday at 8-ish p.m. Eastern. And of course, check me out at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on Brunch with the Fat Mantis. We're all going to be hanging out in the mornings. It's going to be a good time. I love you all. We've got Rebuke TV. Welcome in, brother. Unfortunately, the stream is coming to an end. Auntie Kid says, yes, Derek. AJ says, nice seeing you. Mantis check IG says, I absolutely will. I'll see you guys. Remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and keep tuning in, guys. Until next time, ciao from motherfucking now. Peace.